All right, welcome to our final Swampcast from Hoover, Alabama, where the SEC Media Days has wrapped up. Vanderbilt going last, but of course the big story today was Alabama, the two-time defending national champs. And I know you wrote about them, Robbie. I thought, first of all, Nick Saban was pretty cool. He had some good jokes about us.
Yeah, talking about how bad we are at predicting winners of the conference. So.
He said if I was 4-17, I'd be back pumping gas in West Virginia. And that's a good point. We're not that good at it, but things happen. But
I think we're right on this one because Alabama's overwhelming choice. So.
Yeah, probably the most interesting thing about today was the All-SEC team. Why 20 people didn't vote for Jadeveon Clowney is beyond me.
Take their press card away.
They should not be allowed to vote again. The fact that Johnny Manziel, who won the Heisman Trophy last year, received less than half of the votes in his position, which tells you how deep the quarterbacks are.
It really does. You look at Murray,
Murray, McCarron, Driscoll.
Talent, a lot of talent.
Yeah, Mettenberger. There's some great, Wallace, some great quarterbacks in this league. And then, of course, Les Miles was very entertaining as always today. We enjoyed his time. I got to say, though, usually when I come to SEC Media Days, I leave with a different impression than what I start with. I think the same exact thing about every team is what I came here.
I do too. To me, Alabama's clearly the best team in this league right now. Nick Saban talks about it. We've got the talent he does. You talk about doing the little things that win championships. Not taking plays off, being focused in big games. That's what that program's at right now. They're going to be in a position to win another one.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear. I see the big, and I wrote about LSU, and I think they're the X factor this year because you lose 11 juniors to the NFL, and you've got a quarterback who's a little bit shaky. That makes it's hard to put a lot of confidence in you. On the other hand, you bring in an NFL guy like Cam Cameron. They always seem to have great defensive players. Then again, you go back the other way, their schedule's harder than Alabama. So, it's really, I think they're an X factor. And they were actually picked to finish third in the West behind Texas A&M, which I don't agree with. I think A&M's going to have a little bit of a fall this year. And then, of course, on the East side, Robbie, everybody picking Georgia. I thought South Carolina would be the pick. I really did.
I didn't have, because you look at them, they've lost all their linebackers, no dynamic receiver, and no dynamic running back, even though, Mike Davis could become one, but I think Spurrier feels good about his team because he's got two really good quarterbacks. There are a little bit of holes other places, so I think, Georgia's a solid pick there.
But again, Georgia's lost a ton on defense too. I think people they're looking at Murray, they're looking at the fact that he's got good receivers, he's got two great tailbacks, and they think that they're going to be able to carry him. And I asked Aaron Murray about that today. You're going to have to carry the defense. He said, I don't think we're going to have to at all. Our defense is going to be really good. So we'll wait and see. But
yeah, they've recruited well. They're fast, they're athletic. But then you look at Murray, Pat, and the big games he's been in. He doesn't play that well against great defenses. So that gives teams like Florida and South Carolina hope in the division that they can knock Georgia off.
Florida doesn't turn it over 6 times. Georgia's whole season is the first month of the year. When they have, of course, they play Clemson, but in conference, the game, it's home game against South Carolina, home game against LSU. Those are gigantic. So
4 weeks in, they're going to know where they're going.
And that's the thing is we've gone over the schedules over and over in the paper. I did a couple of charts on that. But when they're flashed up there on that big screen, you're looking at it and you go, wow, I like their team, but I don't think they can get through that. Or you look at Georgia, they've got 2 stretches and that's it. And they don't play anybody. You look at Tennessee, they're scheduled, obviously they got Oregon and Florida back-to-back, but it's not that bad after that.
No, it gets easier as they go along. So if they get off to a pretty good start, they can have one of those big rebound seasons under Butch Jones.
Well, college football season is officially underway, and we, this is, I don't know how you feel, Robbie. And again, I'm ready to go home, but it seems like 4 days of this would be better. Just to spread it out a little more, give you a little more time. It's almost like you start to write one thing, and then here comes another coach, and here comes.
You feel almost overwhelmed because there's so much information coming out, especially yesterday with 16. So 4 is okay.
So anyway, we do what we're told. That's who they brought. That's who we had. You can make sure you look at the Gatorsports.com. We've got all kinds of stuff in there. Robbie's got about 9 stories in there. I've got a few, and also I rank the SEC coaches based on their presentations, not on their coaching, on their presentations here at SEC Media Days on my blog at Gatorsports.com. Hope you guys have enjoyed our coverage out here. We'll be back soon. Robbie, Andrew, Pat Dooley, and of course Doug Finger behind the camera, saying so long from Hoover.